Hey guys, I keep getting the same question a lot, saying they want a video about how I told my mom I was pregnant and my family and stuff. So I figured since Braylon just went to sleep, I would make that video. So let's see. When I myself found out I was pregnant, I was like I had a feeling I was pregnant and I didn't want to tell anybody. I just wanted, like, you know, when young girls have a feeling they're pregnant and they don't want to tell nobody, they just want it to go away, thinking if they don't do anything about it and they don't tell anyone, it'll just go away. Sorry about that. My phone died, or it didn't die, I lost space or whatever, so I had to delete some stuff. But anyways, what I was saying was that when young girls find out that they're pregnant, they don't want to tell anybody and they don't want to do anything about it because they think it'll just go away. Well, that was me. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to tell anybody when I knew 100% that I was. I didn't want to tell anybody. I just thought it would go away. So then I told my cousin, because I tell her everything, Taylor. She's the only person that knew, and Braxton, of course. They were the only ones that knew. We kept it between us three. We kept it a secret for months. Me, Taylor, and Braxton, we went to the doctor on our own. We didn't tell his mom. We didn't tell anybody. It was about 6 months later. 6 months later, my stomach was to where you could actually see it. Like, there was absolutely no hiding it no more. I could put on a big t-shirt and you could still see my stomach. Like, there was no hiding. The doctor, they told me how many months I was pregnant, and I was 6 months pregnant. And then I knew, I'm like, okay, I have to tell somebody. One day, me and Braxton was like, okay, we're going to tell my mom the next day, because I wanted her to be at work. I did not want her to be at home because I didn't want to see her reaction. So the next day, I texted her this long message telling her that I was 6 months pregnant. And she told me that she already knew. She already knew. She said, I already knew. You haven't asked me for tampons, like, nothing. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm sitting here trying to keep this from her. Went through all that trouble of us going to buy new clothes, something to go over my stomach, and she already knew. So that was that. She already knew. She wasn't mad. I mean, she was disappointed because, yes, I was 18. She was disappointed. She had me when she was 19. And so I got pregnant with Braylon when I was 18, but I had her when I was 19. So it's kind of close to the same age. I mean, it is the same age because I had her when I was 19 and she had me when I was 19. So there was really nothing she could, like, be mad about. Yeah, she was disappointed because, I mean, I'm her daughter having a baby. Like, I just made myself grow up, like, within a few months. Like, I'm grown. Like, I don't know. But yeah, she said she already knew. And so I told her when she knew, I didn't want nobody to know, like, nobody. And then she was like, Haley, you're 6 months pregnant. You're going to have a baby shower. If you want to have a baby shower, if you want people to get you things and just different stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So she called my aunt. She called my grandma. She called my other aunt. And my other aunt. So I have 3 aunts. And so she called all of them. And she told them, and then my other cousin, she already had 2 kids. Her mom, she wanted to help me, like, set up the baby shower and stuff. So she made me things for the baby shower and everything. And so we had the baby shower, and then I think we had the baby shower when I was 7 months, or maybe 7.5. And then, yeah. And then I got induced. When I went to the doctor, it wasn't really my last checkup, but it was my last checkup. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. Like, I was feeling the pains in my hips, like what they said I would feel when I'm getting ready to have her or whatever. And I would feel pains, like, in my thighs. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And it was just scared me. Like, every night I would wake up and like, my stomach wasn't hurting. It wasn't my stomach. It was, like, my hips and the inside of my thighs. And, like, the next morning when I went to the doctor, she said, you're 4 centimeters dilated. You can either get induced later on this week, or you can wait and let Braylon come on her own. And so I was scared. The thing I was scared of was contractions. And that was the scariest part. That's what I was scared of. So I did not want to get induced. So I told her, I was like, I'll just let her come on her own. And that was that. So she checked me. She did all that. We left the doctor. We got home. Me and Braxton was talking. I was talking to my mom. And she was telling me, she was like, Haley, what if you're home by yourself? Well, I was really never home by myself, maybe for a few minutes. But she was just like, what if I'm at work, or so-and-so, or it's not, nobody's here, and she just comes? And I was like, ugh. And so I was just scared. And so we made up my mind, and I was like, okay, I'll get induced. So I called the doctor back, and I told her that I wanted to be induced. And so she told me to come in 2 days after that. So the day I called her, let's just say it was a Thursday. I don't remember what day it was, but let's just say it was a Thursday. And then so she told me to come in Saturday at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I went up there, 5 o'clock in the morning. They did my IVs and stuff. They popped 3 of my veins. So I had like a big bruise on my hand, and it was swollen like that much. And then they tried to get me in a vein right here. It popped. So my arm was swollen, and they popped another vein on this hand, and they finally got a vein in my arm. And so I thought that I was going to be feeling like I was going to be getting pain, so I was scared. And so they were telling me that I was having contractions 2 minutes apart. And I'm just like, what? Like, I'm not feeling nothing. And they were surprised. Like, I was not having no pain, and I had not had the shot yet. And I'm just like, okay, like, I'm not feeling nothing. And so I don't remember how many centimeters dilated I was when she said I was finally ready for the shot. And so she got the doctor to come in there, and I had to lean over, sit straight up and lean over. I don't know if you've never been pregnant, this is how it goes. But you know, sit up over the bed with your feet like to the side of the bed, like you're sideways, and then you just sit up straight and you lean all the way over. I don't know what it was. I just felt it. And I felt it. It went down my hip, and it was going down my leg. And I felt it go all the way down my leg. And it was some little bitty tube thing. And that tube thing is what puts the medicine in your lower part of your body to make you numb. So when you have the baby, you don't feel it. And so when they did that, the shot is what hurt. That is what I did cry. Like, that hurt so bad. Like, it hurt so bad. The epidural and the IVs. It was bad. It hurt. And I was crying. That was the only thing I cried about. So I was in, they started doing that. They started giving me the Pitocin around 7 a.m. And I think I started getting numb, really numb. And then I was getting so mad because I needed to move, and I could not, like, I was so numb I couldn't feel my legs, so I couldn't pick them up to move them, like, and I was so irritated because I'm just laying there, like, uncomfortable because I'm still pregnant, and I'm just like, oh, I cannot move. Around 1, it was around 1, I don't remember what time it was, I want to say it was around 1:30, 1:40 when I started pushing, just to get her down a little bit more. I guess I don't really remember. I was kind of, not really out of it, but, like, scared and having so much go through my mind at the same time. Like, I don't know. But it was around, I think, I'm just going to say it was around 1:40. I started pushing, and I stopped. They told me to stop to give me, so I could rest or whatever. And then the doctor came back in there. She had me pushing again. And then she left again. I don't know why she went out of the room, but she left again. And then the nurses had me pushing again around 2. It was around 2:05, And the nurses had me pushing again, and she was almost out. Like, they said she was almost out. She was right there. Her head was out, and the doctor was not even in there yet. So they was like, so you have to stop pushing. You have to stop. You just have to wait. The doctor's not in here yet. You just have to wait. And so I was